tell us about the newest addition to our group buy, the Kia Niro.
Woohoo! Yeah! All right, so the Kia Niro. What's great about the Niro, starting off, especially if you get the electric one, is that you get 239 miles on a singular charge. And if you translate the amount of miles per gallon you would get out of this particular electric motor slash battery, you're looking at about almost 112 miles to the gallon, which is unheard of, you know. So a couple cool benefits for that is the fact that you get about a 201 horsepower engine. So it makes it very zippy, which is nice. Makes it really fun. You know, one of the big advantages of the electric power is that it's extraordinarily zippy. It's operated by I think it's either 2 or 4 liquid ion batteries that operate underneath, right over here behind the rear tires. The batteries just sort of sit down there, and the electric motor sits up at the front. So what makes it great is that all of the weight is lower, so that gives it a very low center of gravity. Makes it really good on the road. Actually, I took one of these the other day when we got our 10 inches of snow up here, and it operated amazing. So as a family vehicle, you can use a lot of the space in here for additional people, for additional items. Say if you're moving somewhere, you can put the seats down nice and flat, so that way you get all the additional space. You can use all this to move your mattress, which is excellent, and that's of course a Kia specialty.
Is there any other cool features that's like your favorite aspect of this vehicle?
Yes, come on along. So, what makes it awesome is Kia has standardized Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So, for those of you who don't know what that is, what it does is it mirrors it up on this nice big screen here, right? And so what happens is you end up seeing exactly everything that your phone would see.
And can that be hands-free as well for safety?
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. So you can literally have your hands glued to the steering wheel and still operate Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is awesome. A couple other things specifically on this model. So this is the EX model, which is the mid-level trim on all of them. This one comes with all the standard safety features. Blind spot detection, which allows you, if somebody's driving in your blind spot, you can see them, or at least it'll detect it so you know that you don't accidentally run into somebody. Lane keep assist. It basically keeps you within the lane. And it'll actually beep at you if you try to go over the lane without having your blinker on. So very much trying to keep you protected, actively working with you to make you a better driver. It's got active cruise control as well. Somebody pulls out in front of you and decides they're going to drive 4 miles an hour. It will basically slow you down on its own. So it will apply the brakes. It utilizes a forward-facing radar that will apply the brakes for you and then match the speed of the person in front of you. Makes it super convenient because basically if you've got the lane keep assist on and you've got the active cruise control on, you literally aren't doing anything anymore. It's about as autonomous as you can get without the car thinking for you. One other thing about this is kind of going back to some of the features in regards to it being an electric vehicle, is it takes about 9.5 hours on a secondary charge, or what they call stage 2 charger, in order to charge it from 0 to 100. But supposedly they do, if you have a level 3 charger or a supercharge, you can get, in 30 minutes of charge time, get up to 70%, something pretty impressive.
Can you show us how you charge it?
Certainly, yeah. All right, so for those of you who've never driven an electric car before, this is what we call the Buzz Lightyear gun, okay, because it kind of looks like a space gun. And simply just disconnect the front, and it just plugs in like so.
And it comes with the standard outlet, it looks like, so
yes,
technically you could charge it with just your regular outlet at home, but you do have the option to increase that to a level 2 charger as well.
Absolutely.
So one thing already I'm noticing is how much space is up here. It's really roomy.
It's designed to be a nice, relatively comfortable family car. Some kind of cool aspects is one of the things you can do is, of course, monitoring the amount of battery power you have. You know, just like you would with a regular gasoline vehicle. But you get to kind of also watch a little bit more on how much you're putting your foot down too hard or not, kind of giving you some feedback on how you can save more power. The Niro has regenerative braking. So when you push your foot on the brake, it takes that power, it utilizes the motor, puts it in reverse, and kind of actually redistributes that power back into the batteries to try and help save you as much as possible.
Yeah, that can give you longer range.
Absolutely,
by
yeah.
Driving that way.
Yeah, of course designed to do that. You know, you can't do that with a regular internal combustion engine, right? You can't recreate fuel to put back in the tank. So it's definitely one of the benefits with it.
And I noticed this, the shifter is a little bit different too, so it's a knob turnstile, is that correct?
Exactly. It's basically just sending electrical signals to the engine.
And is there a way, if you're driving and you accidentally bump this, is there any features that make sure that something like that wouldn't happen, or where, you know, you wouldn't go into neutral while you're driving on the highway?
The design specifically is just supposed to be that if I put it in neutral, shifting conditions not met, meaning that you have to have your foot on the brake in order for it to do that.
Oh, okay.
So it's the brake is what simulates kind of you're interested in changing what in a sense what gear you're in, even though there's no real gears in this, but that's what it basically utilizes.
And so it looks like now that when you did brake, it did go to neutral.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
That's interesting. That's a cool feature.
Here's kind of an interesting feature called auto hold. And now what this is I haven't seen this on any other vehicle, and it's kind of a Kia thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe they just call it something different. If I utilize auto hold and I put auto hold in there, it'll actually keep the brake on until I put my foot on the gas.
Oh, so you can keep that on, and then wherever you're driving, when you reach a stop sign that's up, you can take your foot off the brake and it won't move.
Exactly. Like my foot is not on the brake anymore.
Yeah,
and yet we're not going forward or backward. And as soon as I put my foot on the gas, it releases. Kia wants to make sure you have as much control over the car as possible. So Eco, Normal, and Sport. These are all the different drive modes that Kia offers. And what it does is it gives you a different response when it comes to how much power you get from the engine. So right now I'm in Sport, so this is the maximum amount of power I get and the maximum amount of torque when I'm going from a dead stop to and accelerating. With Normal, it kind of just decreases that a little bit, and each decrease is designed to help save you battery.
What I love about, you know, electric cars is that you don't have to worry about necessarily like the shifting of gears and everything like that, because there's less parts to these vehicles, but they go 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're
0 to 75.
or here on Drake, which is 0 to 40.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to worry about a transmission or transmission gears to potentially fail on you. So there's a little bit less maintenance for the vehicle that you have to utilize.
Yeah, which is a lot of saving costs right there.
Exactly.
No oil changes, less maintenance in general.
Exactly, because Kia automatically offers a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on all of their cars. What do you think about the ride?
Oh, the ride is
Very nice.
It's very smooth, very quiet, and just so smooth. That's like my favorite thing.
Kia rarely ever gets less than a 5-star safety rating from the IIHS and the Transportation and Safety Administration. You do get an active display up front in the.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can get close enough for this, but if you can see where the energy flow is going, this is pretty standard in most electric vehicles, but it makes it really easy for you to kind of know when you're charging the battery or when the battery is being utilized for propulsion.
That's great.
So, and that's pretty much all I got, unless you have any other questions.
No, this was wonderful. The drive was amazing. A lot of fun. Thank you so much, Josh.
You're very welcome.
We'll go ahead and have Q&A during our event, but if you guys have other questions, come on down to Kia in Fort Collins and ask Josh for some questions.
Ask Josh for questions.